The man who can really explain why things suddenly changed. Francis Ona is portrayed by many as a humorless, hardline revolutionary. I suspect they never really met him, because it certainly isn't the impression I get. So this is Papua New Guinea's public enemy number one. When he's not running either the war or the self-declared Republic of Bougainville, Francis goes gardening.
My fighting on Bougainville based on these factors. One, that is, we are fighting for man and his culture. And two, land and environment. And the third one is independent.
Francis used to work for a mining company called Bougainville Copper Limited. It was a company he would later destroy. The reason, as it's always been on Bougainville, was the land and the bounty it holds.
This is a Panguna mine. It's development that has been taken, place starting back in 1960s. My people here were very ignorant, and they didn't know that in the future there would be a very big mine here, which is very destructive.
Before reaching the final layers of overburden, they cleared 550 acres of jungle and sluiced away the unconsolidated volcanic rock and ash.
Bougainville Copper Limited, or BCL, is mainly owned by an Australian subsidiary of the world's mining giant, Britain's Rio Tinto Zinc. In 1967, the company was given the go-ahead to excavate what was then the world's biggest open-cast copper mine, 500 metres deep and covering about 7 square kilometres, or the size of London's West End, where Rio Tinto's headquarters are based. It turned out to be a disastrous mistake, especially as they dug the hole right beneath Francis's village. In Bougainville, you don't come between the people and their land.
We Bougainvillians, we rely on our land. Land is our lifeline, land is our mother, and is our protection. This place was a very big jungle, with, which is a hunting ground for the people of this area. We had big trees, Also, there was a very big hill here. Right in the middle here, there was a very big hill, much higher than the top of those mountains up there. And now it's all disappeared. So now this land, which belongs to people, my people, is now become abandoned land. And I don't know how we're going to use this land back again.
When the locals protested about the huge hole the multinational wanted to dig at the fertile heart of their island, their land was taken by force. Of the $3 billion the mine made in profit, only 1,000th was given back to the people who owned the land. Rio Tinto Zinc had started to create their most expensive enemy. In the meantime, the inhabitants were shunted off into makeshift resettlements on desolate ground.
That's the Dapeda village, and you can see that's the standard of building they built here for people. It's really like a shanty town. BCL was not been too much genuine to how we can resettle the people. This school was built by people themselves. Even the company and the government, they did not give any support. Just imagine, right in the middle of the giant copper mine, multi-million, worth. And here we are, people building their own schools, out of their own pockets.
But the thing that really stuck in the craw of the Bougainvillians was the pollution spilling over their land. Waste from the mine to the tune of about 1 billion tons ended up flowing down the Java River, contaminating it with copper, mercury, lead and arsenic. It killed off the wildlife and turned whole forests into moonscape. The land still bears the garish scars.
This is where all the pollution have been drained from the Panguna mine. You cannot drink water now down there. There are no fish, virtually nothing. And this will be maybe for next 200 years. This whole river system has been destroyed, and even you can't swim into this river.
Things hit boiling point in late 1988 when the Young Landowners Association, led by Francis, demanded both the closure of the mine and $10 billion in damages. The story goes that the BCL management laughed at them, $10 billion being far more than the mine was worth. Francis did not like being laughed at. He left the meeting in a hurry, broke into the local mining depot, and stole 50 kilos of high explosives. He and his friends had decided to close down the mine themselves, with some well-targeted sabotage. Panicked about losing what was nearly half of its export earnings, Papua New Guinea sent in the riot police. They burnt down homes, beat people up, killed a few, and generally created enough backlash to provide Francis's fledgling guerrilla force with all the recruits it needed. Ragtag bunch though the Bougainville Revolutionary Army were, their very name showed they were now raising the stakes. They didn't just want the mine closed down, they wanted independence too. It was all getting a bit much for the riot squad, so we